Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking a look at, well, but unfortunately something that I thought was a CT Toys when I bought, but it definitely isn't. Yeah, this is a Spider-Gwen from Spider-Man, the Spiderverse films, or Across the Spiderverse specifically for this one. Yeah, basically I was scouring AliExpress as I always do, and seen this for a really good deal with discounts and stuff in their anniversary sale. I ended up paying £4 for this. So yeah, I knew in my heart it wasn't going to be the CT Toys one. It's been out of stock for a while. Hopefully CT Toys get around to reissuing that, because Spider-Gwen is kind of a favourite character of mine, from the Spider-Verse as a whole. Yeah, I just think the costume and stuff looks cool. Plus it's a female Spider-Man, isn't Spider-Woman. So, yeah. I'm just going to say it right off the bat, even though this is only £4, probably about a tenner, I would say, without the discounts and stuff. Probably don't buy this. I'll put a link in the description anyway, but yeah, it's not great. I pretty much got duped with this. The images did show CT Toys. I'm going to keep mentioning that. I did get my money back. AliExpress gave me my money back without me having to send it back. So I thought I'd just do a review for you all before I throw it in the bin. But yeah, let's get her off the turntable and take a look at the box. So, in terms of the box, it is based, I think they have copied the original Figuarts packaging, because of course this is a Figuarts bootleg, not Mayfix or anything like that, but it's incredibly low quality. Plus, it doesn't help the fact that the seller shipped it to me with absolutely no bubble wrap and no protection whatsoever. So yeah, I'm lucky it's in one piece, put it that way. We have some images here of Gwen right here, some more images there. On the back, some pictures that are incredibly blurry and a big massive sticker. That means I can't see half of the box. But yeah, the main difference between this one and the CT Toys one, apart from the obvious quality, the CT Toys one would have CT Toys logo down the bottom. Although this experience is anything to go by, that's no indication on the seller page. Yeah, just be careful with them at this point. I'm assuming Gwen is sold out everywhere. But yeah, let's take a look at what she comes with. So, in terms of accessories, she comes with a stand, first of all. Just standard Figuarts style stand, so I won't bother showing that in the review. For some reason I keep forgetting those are included with some of these. But yeah, it is included. She comes with 3 heads, 2 necks. One of the necks is skin tone at the top, and one is fully like costume. I'm including the hood as like part of the head, the same with the downed hood for the unmasked head, because the outfit doesn't really work without them. So in terms of the masked head, it's actually quite decent, decently painted and such. I did have to do some like serious mod work on this bootleg just to make it so that I didn't feel like I was going to break it every time I touched it. Yeah, I sliced the bottom of the hood so that it would actually pop in on there. On the unmasked head, which is actually not terribly done, to be completely honest. I feel as if the sort of decals are off slightly. They're slightly up. You can see on the like sort of eyebrows that they kind of are. But yeah, overall, it's not a terrible like sculpt, honestly. This unmasked head is probably the best part of the figure, to be honest with you. They've even got the sort of pink highlights at the end of the hair. The downed hood is decently painted. Again, I had to slice this inside bit because when I got it, it was sealed. Like, I don't know what that was about, but yeah, had to do that. Both of those are decent. Unfortunately, though, the alternate head, one, I don't think I'll ever be able to put it on, and two, there's a lovely big brown smudge there, which I am hoping is just dirt. But yeah, the necks on these two, like the neck came separate for the unmasked, and yeah, I was terrified I was going to break it. I had to widen the hole on the head peg just to get it in there. So yeah, I'm not attempting to do the same with the masthead. Yeah, the eyes on the masthead do look good. I do really like them. One problem, obviously, when you have this hood, you're kind of limiting the poses that it can get into. But yeah, every single pair of hands here, I had to widen with a model drill bit. So yeah, the ones that were on her would not come off without me heating them up. So I just preemptively drilled holes in all of them so that I can actually use them. Yeah, we get a pair of like straight out hands, which are the ones that come on her in the packaging. Pair of relaxed hands, one of which is really like sloppily done. I'm not sure why. It's almost as if it's been printed on there twice. A pair of splayed out hands, or web crawling hands. A pair of thwipping hands, and a pair of gripping hands specifically for this web. The webs are a bit on the hard and brittle side, so I'm not sure like how well they are going to hold up. It's decent that we get them. It's just, yeah, be very careful with them. They are probably quite fragile. But yeah, essentially what you do is you take that hand, both of them have a hole in them. This sort of straight side here, try to do this in the viewfinder, there we go. Put that through, and what I like to do is pop the hand over that first sort of bulge. That way it's held in place. And yeah, you can do what you wish with it from then on. Surprisingly, the hands are quite soft plastic, so yeah, but I'm not sure why it was such a pain in the backside to get them off the figure itself. And we get two web effects for the thwipping hand. One very small, you basically just pop that onto the wrist before you put the wrist itself on. And we get a much larger one with some extra added detail, which is very nice. I do like that it's included anyway, even if I can't focus on it. Nope, it's yeah, it doesn't think that's there. Doesn't think that exists. So yeah, overall, a decent array of accessories. Just a shame I had to modify a lot of it to get it to work. Yeah, let's take a look at the figure now. And there we are. So yeah, first thing you're going to notice, I've got her on a stand. That is because this Gwen, pretty much every joint that's on her is not very good. It's very, very loose. In fact, those of you who have followed this channel for a while are going to recognise this name. This figure, to me, screams Legend Creation, and I will tell you as to why. You notice the shoulders. You notice how it looks as if the shoulders are a point of articulation. Yeah, they're not on this figure. They have been moulded to look like they are. But yeah, whatever company this is, which is why I think it's Legend Creation, because they used to do that with the Dragon Ball bootlegs, is instead of bothering with the articulation for the shoulder, they have just yeah, they've made it as lazily as they can. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah. Also, they're using a lot of joints reminiscent of a Legend Creation, like the shoulder joints. They're just using Figma style ball pegs instead of Figuarts style. Same with the feet. So yeah, nice to know that even if they aren't advertising it anymore, Legend Creation are still about and kicking. Yeah, I will bet my life savings, of which I don't have much. I will bet my life savings that this is Legend Creation that's done this bootleg. But yeah, overall the details are not great, but they are not terrible either. You can see, like, as you look at the webbing on her forearms, they haven't been put together properly at all. There's a big gap on both sides, which is very noticeable. The black, I believe it is like black plastic, and they have painted the white on the top half of her chest, because you can see there's a bit of paint bleed on that side where they've put too much on. But I mean, it gets the job done. It's just not perfect. Also, when I first got it, leg was off. In fact, the leg would not fit. I had to slice a bit of plastic off the top to get it to pop into place. And at least to its credit, now it is in place and it's not seeming to go anywhere. So yeah. In terms of articulation, it has articulation, shall we put it that way? I mean, I'll try a sort of crawling pose, but yeah, the more you move this figure, the more... Wait a minute. That's not a 2.0 joint. Yeah, that's this is definitely a Legend Creation all over them. If you look up there, yeah, that's 1.0 style hips, and this looks like it's supposed to be a 2.0. If it is just 1.0 on the official figure, then please someone correct me in the comments. But yeah, our ab crunch is loose now as well. Oh my god, this figure's getting worse by the second. Yeah, I'm pretty much going to put her into a pose, and that'll be her forever. She's not moving. So yeah, in terms of articulation, I'll do hood up and hood down in a second, just to show you the difference. So with hood down, or hood up, sorry, she gets about that much. You can force it out of there to get some actual movement out of it. And we do have some swivel, tiny bit of pivot. If you can maneuver that head in there, you can get some more. If I pop that out of there, it is a strange angled ball peg that's on it. And we then slot that in there over the peg, and then pop that in until it doesn't pop back out. You do not hear any sort of noise to let you know that it's done that. You just have to hope and pray that it has. So yeah, without the hood, you can see there's a lot more range of motion, both in the neck and at the head peg. Obviously she would get more this way, but the hair is in the way. But yeah, does get some good range. It's a bit of a shame, like, this head is so good. I kind of want to pose her like this, but at the same time, none of my other Spidermen are unmasked. So yeah, the hood might have to be on, unfortunately. In terms of the shoulders, can get up that far. They can swivel all around. You do have a quasi sort of butterfly joint up here as well as down there. Because we don't have any actual butterfly joint, that is as good as you're getting, which, to be fair, that is still a decent range, even though we don't have that joint. Double joint at the elbow, but these elbow joints really don't feel as if they should be on this figure at all. That's as far as you're getting, even though I know for a fact on the official that goes all the way. Plus the edges get in the road and you can't pop it back. That's lovely. Need to force that in with my fingernail. Come on, there we go. You do get a bit of forearm rotation there, but I think that's just poor tolerances, frankly. This ball joint is far too big. That should not be there, but you do get a lot of range out of it because of that. Just a hinged ball peg as usual. It would help if I was showing that on camera, wouldn't it? It does get a lot of range. The swivel works. You can pop it off to reveal a rather small hinged ball peg. The only reason I'm able to pop that on and off as easily is because I drilled it out. Like, frankly, you would not be able to do that normally without modification. Ab crunch seems to be pretty much non-existent. It's a bit there, but yeah, you take it too far, you're popping your abs open. She does get a lot of pivot and swivel at the abs as well as at the waist. She gets really far back though. Like, why couldn't that be forward? Legs are 1.0 drop down style hips, so you can get about that far. That's not even that good. Thigh rotation, double joint at the knee gets some really good range, although same problem as with the elbow. Need to pop that back in place. Massive oversized ball peg at the foot. This top half with the laces does rotate, as does the foot. You can get some good range up and some good range, really good range back the way. But that's purely because this ball joint is so big and it really shouldn't be. Or if they were going to do that, at least leave it the same colour as the foot. But yeah, you rotate that ball peg and you can get complete 90 on that rotation right there, and no toe articulation, unfortunately. Not sure if that's on the official, but it's not on this. As we can see, she is incredibly floppy. After me just playing around with it on camera for a few minutes. So yeah, definitely not something you can like play with on your desk or anything like that. But yeah, once it's posed up, it is pretty decent, gotta say. But yeah, I'm still not convinced you should get this. Just only if you absolutely need to. Yeah, let's try and get her into a sort of Spider-Man type pose on the ground. Try and get that like that. Come on. Come on. You can do this, Gwen. You can do it. No, not really. she really can't. Yeah, that's a fail right there, unfortunately. The tolerances of the joints just start fighting you after a bit. And you're really can't do much about it. That abs came up again. So yeah, I don't obviously have the official to compare, so I don't know about size-wise. I would assume it's a smaller size, if this indeed is Legend Creation that's done it. But yeah, if you're getting it, either have her in a standing pose hood down, or a web swimming pose up in the air. She can't do any wall crawling, that's for sure, which is unfortunate, to be honest. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you think this this figure's worth getting? Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and until next time, I'll see y'all later.